Hi, Pete here from Eco Fires and Stoves. As promised on my last video when we showed you the barbecues, we're going to be unboxing and setting up the Kamado Joe Big Joe 1. This is going in for our open days that are going to be happening. So we're going to be setting this up for you. A couple of useful tips when you're setting it up. Just make it easier for yourselves and obviously a little bit of safety involved as well. So come and see these at our open day. Together with the master build, we'll show you how versatile these products are. This is why we got into them, because they got a whole range of different cooking options, like from slow cooking, medium burn to searing. If you like barbecuing, you're going to love these things. This big box here is actually 194 kilos. This is the biggest one in the range. Key is to unbox it all first, lay everything out and unpackage it so you know where everything is. Most of these things are built for you to start with. So there's not an awful lot to do, but you just need at least 2 people on hand and just lay things out properly. Really, really well packaged, these Kamado products. They get everything into one box for you. And like I say, most of it is built for you. You've only got a few bits to put together. Jake's never actually put one of these together properly before. He is our head of installations on the stoves and fireplaces. He might make it look easy anyway, but just bear that in mind that they are actually really easy to put together. As I said earlier, the reason to... What are you laughing at?
That's going to be a nightmare to open.
So this is generally what comes out of the first bit of packaging. Like you can see, they're starting to lay it out nice and neatly, so just so they know where everything is. So a lot of the components they put inside for transport. Be very careful when you're opening this lid to get these out, because this model, the Kamado Joe 1, doesn't have the what they call the airlift on the hinge. It's spring operated, but just be a little bit careful, especially when the handle isn't on there. So Jake's now just taking everything out of the barbecue. There's quite a lot of stuff in there, but you can see it's pretty much set up for you. So what Jake's just taken out now, these are the ceramics. Anything ceramic is obviously not going to withstand dropping it or anything like that. So just be careful while you're moving these bits around. Right. Now we're going to be getting this out of the way so we can get the legs set up. There are certain lifting points that are recommended on this. The first one is the ash door, which is also part of the air control. Open that right up. You've got a perfect place to put a hand in there. So that's one lifting point there. The other person should be lifting it from the hinge. That's nice and sturdy. Okay, it's well bolted on there, so that's the other recommended lifting point. Never put the handles on these first and use those as lifting points. Always go with what they suggest. And always wear gloves, because there can be sharp bits on these. So just make sure you got gloves or something to protect your hands, as you can see the boys doing now. So that's out of the way now. Now they can just turn the base round, ready to lift that back onto the base. So like I say, this whole thing takes about half hour to 40 minutes. If you haven't got to take this off, it'll save you about 15 minutes, because this is the hardest part. Jake's really struggling, as you can see. He hates things like this. So make sure you get all these screws loosened right off so you've got complete access for these little poles, and then that just slots in, then tighten them up. And that gives you your complete base then. Now these are fully tightened. Once you put the brakes on, then we're ready to put the main egg unit on here. Before we fit the barbecue itself, make sure it's on a nice even flat surface. Make sure the brakes are applied. Simple foot mechanism. That's nice and sturdy now. Then we're going to use the same lifting method to lift that barbecue up and drop it into here. So you will notice, you've probably been on YouTube, whatever, there's lots of different ways of doing this. We found our own particular way. But so we're going to show you how we do it. But you might appreciate then, you know, if you haven't got the people around or you're not confident doing these, you might want to use our service. We call it a white glove shipping and installation service that we can offer to you in a local area. So we just moved this into the front of our shop because felt a couple of spits of rain. This is where it's going to end up on display anyway, in this front area. When we maneuvered this, got to make sure that you always pull it. You always pull one of these Kamados. Never push it because it can become unstable. So you always pull it into position. And we always like to put the brakes at the front. It just makes it easier once you're into position just to easily kick them down. People say it doesn't look quite as nice, but I don't think anybody would be particularly worried about that. So we've got the barbecue into its holder. The next step is simply putting on the handle at the front and the brackets for the side shelves. Something very important whenever you're boxing, not just anything that you build together, just make sure all the bits that are supposed to be tight from factory, just check them, they've all been tightened up nicely, make sure everything's in line as you're doing it. You position these in this way so that when you put your shelf in, it attaches in here. So now the brackets are on, so that's literally 4 brackets, 2 each side, and then you can mount your shelves onto the brackets, which are drop-down shelves. Make sure that the tool hooks are facing forward. Jake will show you the easiest way of doing that. There you go. Nice and sturdy as well. Very, very sturdy shelves on these. Obviously, very simple mechanism, but when you're not using them, you just lift them up like that, pull them back, and they fold down nice and neatly. Right, so now everything's together. We're going to be putting it together on the inside now, all the components, the ash pan and the ceramics. You can see we've also put the handle on, which goes on exactly the same way as the shelves, just 2 nuts. Very important to have a tape measure, I would say, because one of the most important things when you start to put this together on the inside, it's all about being central. So the first thing that's gone in is the ash pan and the ash collection point. That's the stainless steel bit that you get in the pack. That just sits in the bottom, okay? We don't have to centralize at this point, but the next bit that's going in is the heavy ceramic. So Jake's now going to put the central ceramic, which basically shrouds the ash pan, and it's the sitting point. You get 6 of what they call these petals, okay? And what you got to do with these, what they ask you to do in the instructions, is mount them in here, resting on this bottom ceramic. And you'll see when they go in, they'll all fit fairly nicely, but they will be resting on the outside here. You'll see in a minute that you don't actually want them resting on the outside, because when the ring, the stainless steel ring goes on top, it's not going to fit. So they literally sit in like that in the groove. So now that that's in place, the instructions will say you've got to fit the stainless steel ring on top of these. So what they suggest you do is when you put these on, you feed these petals in as you go, and that then brings them forward and makes them fit nicely together. And you can imagine this can be quite tricky, because when you pull one out, the other one falls in. Already Jake's going to be getting frustrated with this, and Jake's one of our top engineers here. He puts stoves together all the time. This is tricky, so if you haven't done this sort of thing before, you might like to see this little tip. So I'd normally have kitchen towel to the ready, but I've only got a toilet roll. But it's exactly the same thing. Get enough sheets together to create a little ball. You put a ball of tissue behind each petal to get it into place to start with. And you can get them seated nicely at this point as well. And obviously we push this tissue down there, and that, a lot of people hook it out when they use this method. Other people just let it burn off. Obviously, common sense will tell you not to put that tissue and let it drop down so it's blocking the air holes. It will eventually burn off, but yeah, you just don't want to do that. So that's nicely fitted in now. That ring should drop straight onto that now, much easier. That's it. So the next bit to go in is the cast iron grate. This is where the coals sit, and that goes over the stainless steel in the middle of the ring. That just drops into place, simple as that. There we go there. Okay, we're nearly there. Just got to put the racks in place. So we got what Kamado Joe called the divide and conquer adjustable rack. That just slips in the top, on top of that stainless steel ring. Nice and sturdy in there. And then you will just be fitting your grills for your normal grill cooking. They just slot in there. There's little lugs in place you can put in. If you don't just want to do flame grilling, or you want to do some slow cooking, you can actually use the deflector plates, which Jake's showing you there, which are another ceramic. You get 2 of these, so you can stop the direct heat one side. You can put these on both sides, which will create just like an oven environment. And also for your smoking, it puts the smoke around your food as well. Finally, you're going to put its hat on, which is basically, I like to call it a chimney. That just pushes on. Push it down nice and firmly. Basically what this does, this is your control for the stove. Also opens up fully for when you want to get the stove going. It's just letting more air out. These barbecues work in exactly the same way as a modern stove does. You're creating a seal here, a sealed environment. You're controlling the air through the bottom, through here, and through the top. Exactly the same. So if you've got a wood burning stove, you'll understand these completely. So there you go. That's the Big Joe 1. All put together in real time. That probably only took us half an hour, if that. Okay, so you're probably wondering why it's the Big Joe 1. There is different models. There's the Big Joe 1, Big Joe 2, and the Big Joe 3. And they're basically just got some different features on it. One being, this one has a spring-loaded handle. The higher spec ones have what they call a gas lift handle or air lift handle. But that's got a nice, it will stay up, spring-loaded, but you've got to be a little bit more careful when you're opening and closing it. So that's one thing. You've got a felt seal on this one, and you've got a different type of seal on the Big Joe 2 and 3. Another difference is the stand that it stands on. It's just a little bit differently put together, and you get the tray on underneath to put your accessories on. Between the two, you'll notice is the top hat chimney piece. This is a cast iron unit with a sliding top piece, which basically aligns the holes up like other barbecues. Opens up fully for getting it lighting. On the other models, it is a stainless steel unit, and it has a lever that you pull round. It still opens up completely like this one. It's a bit of a taller unit, and you've got an adjustment with little adjustment markers on it as well. But that is just one of the other differences. Like I said earlier in the video, if you found all that little bit daunting, do not worry. If you're local to us, we do provide a white glove service where we'll come round, we'll unpack everything for you, we'll build it for you, and we'll explain anything you need to know. So you have got that there as a service, or we can just provide a straightforward delivery service as well. So there you have it. Really looking forward to the first demonstrations on this on our open days. If you want to come down, if you know where we are and you want to come down to see us, please visit us. There will be videos online as well, but we're going to do some cooking demonstrations, brisket, chops, chicken, sausages, smash burgers. Not only on the Kamados, we've also got the master built XT on display as well, where our friend Phil is going to be doing some slow cooking, smoking and what have you. So a whole lot going on. So look forward to seeing you. You can also see these products online on our website, www.ecofiresandstoves.co.uk. Come in, phone us. We're there to help with any questions you got on them. And yeah, please come and enjoy your barbecues here. That was rubbish, that last bit.